Would you like to see how it works for real now? Eh? Would you like to see? Let me show you something. The last few minutes. Is that all right, Mr. Doran? Okay. Okay. This is a true story, so I'm going to demonstrate how it works. We're going to put CAF and PMI together. CAF and PMI together, okay? Okay, I want you to imagine this. Okay, it's an empty shop, okay? It's an old shop in a town and nobody uses it. Now, this is quite common these days because shops are, in big towns especially, are closing down because they're under pressure. This shop, right, is owned by an old lady. Here she is. She's got lovely long hair. Look, yeah, that's the old lady. She owns the shop. She gives the shop to the local school. This is a true story. She gave it to the local school, like your school. She said, I own this shop. My daughter used to run it, but she's closed the shop. She's got married. She wants to move away. So the shop is empty, but the school can have it, right? So the school said, what can we do with it? So they asked the students, what could we do with the shop? Okay, so that's where the CAF comes in. So the first thing we do is we make a list. So the CAF is a business plan. You can look at this as a plan. This is the start of the business plan. So just out of interest, without any warning, if we were a school, as we are, and we were given a shop in the town by this old lady, there's nothing wrong with the shop. It's not, you know, it doesn't owe any money. It's not anything, there's nothing bad about it. It's not been flooded. It's not infested by rats. It's just an empty shop. What are the factors we should consider when thinking about it? What are the ideas, if you like? CAF is about the factors that we might consider. What could we do with it? Anyone have an idea?
Turn it into like a shop run by the student.
Okay, we could turn it into a shop where, will you explain exactly how you mean?
Where the students run it, like.
Okay, so it's like a student shop where you can practice or have your own business. Okay, okay. What else could there be? What another factor, another thing we could do?
What would it be called?
What would it be called? Do we have a name? Should we put a name on the top? Okay, who's going to run it? Who's going to manage it? Another possible question. Anything else?
Where did it get the supplies from?
Where do you get the supplies from? What are we going to sell? Important factor. And that's what the school did. They made a list. A lot of things on the list. Probably, if I remember, there were about 20 things on the list. That's not 20, but it looks like a lot. What's the next thing? The answer is we now look at each one and we do a PMI. So we look at something like an idea and we use it to look at all the things that are good, all the things that are not so good, and all the things that are interesting. Because I'm not using my thumb now, I'm using some little symbols, good things, not such good things, and interesting things. And so the PMI was used to choose. So we use it to choose. That's the key point. This is a choice tool for making a decision, to decide. So the idea here is this list makes the plan, the CAF makes the plan, the PMI helps to choose the things on the list that we think are more important. And what happened is they found that there were 2 or 3 things that were really important. And that was exactly as you were saying, that the most important thing the PMI pulled out was that someone has got to run it. The question is, what are we going to sell? And where is the funding coming from to put stuff in the shelves? And it ended up with the students borrowing from their own parents. They made a bank and they used this to operate the shop. So the idea was it became the school's shop, funded by the school. And the parents had a share in it, so they were quite important as well. And of course all the students took it in turns to run the shop. There. So that was a PMI working with a CAF. Very, very simple, very easy.